Have you ever had that end of the school year feeling where you're completely exhausted, but your brain won't stop replaying the year? The hallways are finally quiet, the rooms are packed up, and you're sitting at your desk thinking, I gave everything I had this year. I coached, I reminded, I jumped in to help. I tried so hard to hold it all together. That was me this past school year. By May, I was exhausted, not just tired. That deep down, end of the year tired, where you wonder, why does this still feel so heavy? Why isn't it shifting? And I had this gut punch moment in that quiet building. What if the thing that needed to shift this year wasn't my team, or my students, or my schedule? What if it was me? I read this line somewhere, and I wrote it on a Post-it note and stuck it on my laptop for the whole last quarter. Your team can't outgrow your mindset. Your mindset is the ceiling. And I realized I spent this whole past school year trying to change the outcomes without changing how I was thinking. And it just doesn't work. So welcome. If this is your first time here, I'm Doreen Allen. I'm not recording this as an expert who has it all figured out. I'm recording this as a leader who is right there in the trenches with you, learning this as I go. This is Shift Mindsets, Shift Outcomes. Each week, I'm going to share one mindset shift I'm discovering, one real story, usually where I messed up first, and one small thing I'm trying to do differently in the next 24 hours. No lectures, just real learning in real time, together. Today is episode 1, and I want to share the 3 mindset traps I'm just now seeing in myself from this past school year. And I have a feeling I'm not the only one. The core truth. Your team can't outgrow your mindset. Your mindset is the ceiling. But what does that actually mean? Because at first, I thought it was just a nice quote. But here's what I'm learning. Your mindset isn't positive thinking. It's not a mood. It's the invisible filter you are leading through every single day. It's what you believe about people. Do you believe people want to do a good job? Or do you believe they need to be chased? It's what you believe about conflict. Do you believe hard conversations make things better? Or do you believe they make things awkward? It's what you believe about yourself. Do you believe you have to have all the answers? Or do you believe your job is to ask better questions? And here's what I'm discovering. My team is listening to my mindset louder than they're listening to my words. I can say, I trust you. But if my mindset is, if I want it done right, I have to check it. What do they feel? They feel me checking it. My behavior tells the truth about my mindset. I can say, I want you to take initiatives. But if my mindset is, people will mess it up if I let go, then I'll hold on too tight and they'll stop trying. I can say, my door is open. But if my mindset is, I don't have time for these problems, they will stop bringing me problems until those problems become a crisis. That's what I mean by ceiling. My team can't grow past how I'm thinking. If I think accountability is mean, they will learn to avoid accountability. If I think people can't change, they will stop trying to change. But, and this is the hopeful part I'm holding on to, if I shift my mindset, everything underneath it has to shift too. That's the equation I'm living by right now. Shift mindsets, then shift behaviors, then shift outcomes. I can't skip straight to outcomes. I tried. It doesn't work. So this whole podcast is asking me, what mindset do I need to shift so my behavior can shift, so my outcomes can finally shift? Which brings me to the 3 traps I'm catching in myself. Trap 1, the fixer. The first one I'm calling the fixer. And wow, this one is me. My belief has been for years, it's just faster if I do it myself. If I want it done right, I should step in and help. I thought I was being helpful. I thought I was being responsible. What I'm discovering is I was actually training my team to stop thinking. They would bring me a problem and I would solve it. And they learned, why bother figuring it out? She'll fix it anyway. Last week of school, I tried something. I counted how many times I jumped in to edit, redo, or rescue someone's work. In 1 week, I had over 20 times. 20! No wonder I was tired. And no wonder they seemed to have no initiative. I wasn't leaving any room for them to have any. So what I'm trying now is shifting from fixer to multiplier. Instead of asking, how can I fix this? I'm trying to ask, what question can I ask that would help them figure it out? So instead of, let me just do it, I'm practicing. What's your plan to solve this? Talk me through your thinking. It's uncomfortable. I'm not all that great at it yet. I want to grab the keyboard, but I'm learning that growing people is slower than fixing things, and it's the only way that actually works. Trap 2, the mind reader. Trap 2 is the mind reader, and this one is embarrassing. My belief has been, they should know what I expect. I shouldn't have to spell it out. They're smart adults. But here's what I'm discovering about myself. I have this whole movie in my head of what I want. The tone of the email, when I want it by, what good looks like. And I don't actually say it. I hint at it. And then when they don't deliver the movie in my head, because how could they? They can't read my mind. I get disappointed. And they feel blindsided. Someone told me this phrase, and it stopped me cold. Unspoken expectations are premeditated resentment. Oh, I'm learning that clear is kind. Being clear isn't micromanaging, it's being generous. So my new practice is to finish this sentence out loud before I hand something off. What great looks like here is, what great looks like here is the family feels heard in the first 2 minutes, and I get a draft by Thursday at 3, even if it's rough. I'm taking the picture out of my head and putting it in the room. It's such a small shift, and it's changing everything. Trap 3, the protector. And the third one, this is the hardest one. I'm calling it the protector. My belief has been, I don't want to make it awkward. I want to keep the peace. I'll talk to them later. It's not a big deal. But I'm learning that I'm not keeping the peace. I'm keeping tension. I'm learning this line. The conversation you're avoiding is the culture you're creating. That hit me hard. If I avoid talking about accountability, I'm creating a culture where accountability doesn't matter. If I avoid that hard feedback, I'm telling my best people that low effort is okay. I thought I was protecting people's feelings. What I was really doing was protecting dysfunction because I was uncomfortable. So I'm trying to shift from protector to truth teller with compassion. Compassion doesn't mean soft. For me, it's meaning I care about you enough to tell you the truth kindly and clearly. I'm learning a tool called SBI, and I'm literally practicing it in the mirror. Situation, behavior, impact. Instead of saying, you have a bad attitude, which I have never said well, I'm trying, in yesterday's team meeting, when you interrupted Sarah twice, the impact was she shut down and we lost her idea. I want us to be a team where everyone gets heard. Can we agree on that? It's not perfect yet. My voice still shakes sometimes. But I'm learning that people can handle the truth when it comes with care. So let's recap these three. The fixer says, I'll do it myself. The multiplier says, how can I grow someone through this? The mind reader says, they should just know. The clear communicator says, let me tell you what great looks like. And the protector says, I'll keep the peace. The truth teller says, I'll tell the truth with compassion because that's how we actually keep the peace. Which one was yours? Just pick one. The one question tool. And that brings me to the one question that ties all of this together. I'm writing this on another Post-it. What am I assuming about this person or situation that might not be true? And what becomes possible if I shift that assumption? Let me show you how I'm using it. Situation. A team member missed a deadline. Again. My old assumption. They don't really care. They're just not committed. New assumption. I'm trying. They are overwhelmed and don't know how to ask for help. When I shift the assumption, I shift my behavior. I don't go in frustrated. I go in curious. And the outcome shifts. The 24-hour challenge. So here's what I'm doing in the next 24 hours, and I invite you to do it with me. I'm picking one situation that feels stuck from this past school year, just one, and I'm getting a piece of paper and answering two questions. One, what am I assuming about this person or situation that might not be true? What's the real story I'm telling myself? Two, what becomes possible if that assumption isn't true? That's my homework. That's our homework. No fixing, no big confrontation, just noticing the assumption. If you do it with me, will you tell me what you discovered? Come find me on Instagram at Shift Mindsets, Shift Outcomes, and DM me which trap hit you most. Fixer, mind reader, or protector. I'll read every message, and I'll be sharing what we all learn together in future episodes, anonymously, because we need to know we're not alone in this. And next week, I need to be honest about something else I'm navigating after this past school year. I'm burnt out. I mean, like really tired, but I still have to lead. I always thought burnout was about time management. I'm discovering it's about energy management. So I'm experimenting with a 3-minute reset I'm learning to use between meetings so I don't carry the stress from one room into the next. Episode 2 is leading when you're running on empty. What I'm learning about coming back to grounded. I'm going to share what worked, what didn't, and the exact reset I'm trying. Thanks for being here for day 1, for episode 1 of this little dream of mine. It means the world to me that you're here. Remember, we don't have to shift everything today. Just one mindset. That one shift will shift everything else. I'm Doreen Allen, and I'll see you next week.